All right, hi guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a full moon reading, and I had a request for this type of video on my Instagram from Ben. So thank you, Ben, for getting me remotivated and back here making videos, because it's been a minute. So let's talk about the full moon right now. It's currently at the point of filming right now, Tuesday, September 1st. Depending on where you are in the world, this full moon has already taken place. Sometime in some other places it hasn't yet. It is the full moon in Pisces with the sun in Virgo. So we've got earth and water energy heading off together and working to help us solidify and clear and make the spiritual practical. So let's just pull some cards and we'll see what comes forward. This is going to be a timeless reading as well as a full moon reading. So whenever you're drawn to this, even if it's not for the full moon, it'll still be for you. This reading is for anybody who watches it. All the messages are open for interpretation. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. And if you'd like to order a full moon reading, I do have that option. You can check it out on in the description box below the video for more information, or you can check out my bio bubbles on Instagram. The different readings are all listed there with the prices and how to order them. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Shuffle up some cards and see what comes forward. Just speaking for myself here, this full moon has been really emotional. I myself am a Pisces, so whenever there's a watery moon, I can really feel it. So I don't know if there's fellow Pisces out there or if everyone's just feeling a little bit on edge or emotional. I think that's completely normal. You know, it's even more so for some women whose cycles sync up with the moon. I've been on that cycle now for a few months where I get my moon's blood right at the time of the full moon. Sorry if that's too much information for the guys out there, but for the girls out there or women out there who have this, you'll know that it's especially energetically powerful and it is extremely emotional too. So let's see what comes up. Full moon in Pisces. Any messages? Okay, so we have the Hermit, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands in reverse. I'm just doing a freestyle type of reading, so I'm not doing any kind of a spread. I just want to see what comes up, and we're going to interpret it however we see fit. Okay, so Hangman, King of Pentacles, the Sun in reverse. Oh, wow. The Tower just shot out and to the side, so that one got a lot of force to it. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, let's stop there. Let's talk about what's here, and then if we need to pull clarifiers, we can. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So there's a new beginning type of energy here. Everything's kind of coming to a culmination. The card of the day on Instagram was the World. So this is, again, another aspect of things coming full circle, because when you get to the World, it's the end of the journey, end of the Fool's journey, that is, and then you're back at the beginning point, which is where the Fool is starting his journey. So every ending leads to a new beginning, and beginning leads to the progression of that cycle. So let's take a look at, where should I put these? I'll just put this here for now. Okay, so we have the Hermit coming out first, which is Virgo. This is that earth energy. So this is kind of what we're working with here. It's helping us to look inward, to do some of that internal work, potentially to the past as well. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't know what else is going on in the sky at the moment. I don't know what other kind of energies are influencing right now or how we're influencing them. But the Hermit here is that Virgo energy. So this is very grounded, very earthy, very focused on the creation of something real and physical and tangible. I'm also being drawn to the sort of climate that he's in, which is wintry. And we've got the sun in reverse. So this is for potentially the future, because right now, depending on where you're at globally, the climate is summer. For you guys who are down south, this would be, you know, winter. So maybe this is for somebody who's on the other side of the world, because this is feeling like very much like winter. Like there's not a lot of sun. It's cold. It's snowy. That kind of thing. So interesting. The Knight of Wands, he's really passionate and fiery, but then it's followed by the Page of Wands in reverse. So there seems like a little bit of a push and pull between wanting to really push forward and do something, but at the same time feeling like you need to stop and figure something out. It feels like this full moon is really asking us to look inward in a big way, and this can be really challenging when we want to push forward, when we want to take action, when we want to be physical and we want to be able to express what we've discovered thus far, but we're not able to do that. I think I remember reading somewhere that Mars was going retrograde, or Mars is retrograde or something like that. This can be some of this fiery energy that's getting a little bit stuck, especially with the Hanged Man here. This is kind of like everything's come to a standstill. That motivation, that drive, the passion, the fire has kind of gone off. So where we had all this drive and all this motivation and this fire at one point, maybe that's not the case, at least for right now. The King of Pentacles is that earthy energy again, sitting right underneath the Hermit. So this is very much that Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn type of energy, but this can apply to any earth sign, or what am I talking about? Any sign in general embodying this energy, this earthy energy. We're all kind of in this right now, so we have to look at what we want to create, because earth is all about creation. It's manifestation. It's something that you can physically, tangibly hold on to, create, see around you, enjoy. Whatever the case may be, there's drive here to create something, but it feels like it just feels really conflicting. It feels like there's a lot of push and pull. The sun energy here in reverse can be not seeing something clearly, or not being able to put this motivation and this passion into practical action. So it's kind of like restlessness is what I'm feeling. Like which can create anxiety too, because when we have too much energy and nowhere to put it, we can get really anxious. We can put some of that energy into unproductive areas like worry, fear, or using that energy towards something that's not good for us. So for example, like addictions or, you know, unhealthy habits. It doesn't have to be to the extent of addiction, but it can just be an unhealthy thing that you're trying to sort of expel some of that energy in a way. Especially with the Tower here, you know, the Tower card is a challenging tarot card. It's all about destruction and chaos and change and unexpected things, and sometimes resistance towards seeing something or the truth of something, which again, this Sun card here upside down or in the reverse position kind of speaks to that. So there's something here that doesn't necessarily either want to be seen, or there's resistance towards seeing it. Maybe something to do with finances, maybe something to do with career, because we do have Pentacles and Wands in this reading. So this could be something to do with an investment of some kind, or starting a project, fulfilling a project. This could be in relation to a coworker or a boss of some kind, somebody who's a superior to you, or an investor even. But it really just speaks to the fact that we want to create something, but maybe right now is not the best time to be starting something new. And the full moon is that culmination. It is leading to that new beginning, like I was saying before, but at the same time, it's about release. It's about letting go. It's about purging, which is not the ideal time to start something brand new. So this is, again, we have a push and pull. We've got this energy of wanting to have a new beginning, but then at the same time, we're feeling like, no, maybe it's not the right time just now. Maybe this is a better time to be investing in the internal aspects of the release, of the purge, of the creation, the creativity within, rather than having to work out a way or plan a way to have that create like at a physical level. So yeah, this is a bit of a challenging energy. No wonder the emotions are high. Now, what's interesting to me is that we have no cups cards here. For such an emotional, watery full moon, to have no cup cards here, this is like, that's rare. I was really expecting to see some cups, maybe the moon card, who knows, but nope, nothing like that. So this is very practical, very physical type of energy that I'm picking up on with this reading in regard to this full moon, or whenever you're watching this. So let's get some clarifiers. I'm gonna put this Fool card over here. Well, you guys can't see it anyway, so I'll just put it back in the deck. Okay, let's get some clarifiers on each one. So the Hermit. Yeah, so this is to do with finances, because the Five of Pentacles is clarifying the Hermit. So there's maybe some kind of a fear of pushing forward because there's going to be a potential loss. I know a lot of people are struggling financially right now. There's also a lot of benefits and things that are coming in. You know, if you're in Canada, the employment insurance or whatever it is, wherever you are. So, you know, there's opportunities, or not opportunities, but there's a provision to accept some of this money that's available, but at the same time, it's not always available to everyone, and it's not always accessible or easily accessible, and it's not always as much as you need. So there's a fear of not having enough here. There's kind of a lack type of energy, but then right below it, you've still got that King of Pentacles. You've still got that King of Pentacles who's really abundant, really in control, you know, stable, secure, wealthy, and he's comfortable with that. So again, we have conflicting energies here. We've got one side and we've got the other side of the spectrum. Maybe this is for, you know, a wide variety of people. Of course, this reading is for many, many different individuals, whoever watches this. So take what resonates, but it just feels like things are really either getting pulled apart or they're butting heads. So this is challenging energy to read. The Seven of Cups in reverse is kind of linking up here with the Sun energy in my mind. So this Seven of Cups, it really feels like there's confusion, there's doubt, there's a whole bunch of different emotions going on right now, and there's a lack of clarity on what to do with that, or how to move forward, or how to control it, because the Knight of Wands is a little bit unable to control the amount of energy and passion and drive that he has. So sometimes he can, you know, if he was a drag racer, he would be going a little bit too fast and he might lose control of the car, and then he'd suffer some of the consequences of that, which would be, you know, the Tower here. So there's this feeling of, I want to go, I want to do, but I can't. So I'm really conflicted, I'm really feeling stuck, I'm really feeling lost. What do I do, right? That's this feeling. And there's impatience that goes along with that. There's frustration that goes along with that. Yeah, there's the Moon. Okay, so we have the Sun and the Moon, and they're both in reverse. Okay, so this is either there's blocks here, or these are energies that are struggling to express their functional aspects within the self. So the Moon card is this illusion. It can, in certain aspects, bring things to light. And the light is, of course, our conscious mind. The shadow or the darkness is the subconscious, the unconscious. So when things are brought into the light of day or the light of the moon and we can see them clearly, that's when we get that conscious awareness. That's when we get clarity around something. That's when that Sun card is you know, in the upright position, and we see things clearly, we understand them, and then we can take appropriate action. We're not quite there yet with this full moon energy, or with this energy that this reading is talking about. So it's kind of a process of self discovery through patience, a little bit of willpower required here, you know, some self-control to allow this process to unfold, because, you know, being hung upside down like this is really frustrating. You know, it's not a fun place to be, but at the same time, whether or not we're willingly there, it's happening, or we've been put in that position, or we've put ourselves in that position for a reason. It's to gain that clarity. It's to gain that awareness. With the halo around his head, this is the light of awareness that these two cards are trying to bring, but there's something that's holding them back. This can be the mind rationalizing things. This can be the ego not wanting to see something or create change around something that really needs to change. The Tower can be, you know, talking about that as well. Things that need to change. Oh, fuck. I just looked up at the screen and it was 1555. So yeah, things need to change. Lots of repeating sequences of fives usually indicate that there's rapid change taking place, that there's things that need to change, or things that will change on their own. Oftentimes it does require our action though, so change normally doesn't happen completely on its own, but sometimes if we've resisted change for too long, you know, fate will begin to take its own course. Okay, so lots of reversed cards. Page of Swords is, you know, this resistance to seeing something clearly, at least in regard to the rest of the cards here. So there's something that is being blocked. There's something that doesn't want to be seen. There's something that's being kept secret. Now, this is not necessarily something that's being kept secret from you, but it could be some aspect of like self-knowledge or self-awareness that is at the moment not in your conscious mind. So that's kind of what I was talking about before. It's like you're keeping this a secret from yourself. And it gets to the point where eventually we have to address that. Eventually we have to look at that and go, okay, why is this cycle repeating? Why am I still, you know, going through the motions and struggling and having the same things come about when I'm trying to make different choices, but I end up right back in square one? That's usually, not always, but usually an indication that there's something underlying that's motivating, you know, at a subconscious or energetic level, and it's creating those same results over and over and over again. These are karmic patterns that haven't quite come to your conscious awareness yet. That's why I love doing Reiki sessions and readings and Akashic soul realignment stuff, because it really helps to bring these things into the light of day or into the conscious mind so that we can take control of them in a productive way and learn to make choices that will benefit us, rather than unconsciously making the same choices over and over again that look a little different, but really we get the same results that we don't want. So the Hanged Man, I want to get clarity on. Oh, it just kind of, the Hierophant is a 5 card as well, and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is something to do with the structures of government or money. Established structures of money are an issue here. So this can be, you know, your pay from your job, self-employment. This can be government subsidiaries, or, you know, insurance, like I was talking about before. So these are all structures that a lot of people are waiting around on. You know, you might have applied for something and not heard back up until this point. You might be really trying to make money in any way that you can, you know, being an entrepreneur, but there's, you know, not a lot of room for that, or you're not getting a lot of income from it or something like that. There's definitely a feeling of stuckness when it comes to finances. So, you know, this isn't going to apply to everybody, but for those of you who this is resonating with, this is an opportunity to kind of look at the deeper underlying message here. Here's a Cups card, the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is in control of his emotions. He's the masculine ruler of the domain of water, which is, of course, emotions. So this is emotional self-awareness. This is also The King of Cups can be about therapy, counseling, guidance. He's really good at giving emotional advice or intuitive guidance. He can also be very, very psychic. This is that Pisces energy as well. So we have, you know, the two masculine heads of the earth and water domains, which is exactly what this full moon is all about. So it's interesting to me too that this masculine energy is really coming through. So masculinity is all about doing, right? The feminine is more of the receptive. The feminine is more being oriented. And so this energy of wanting to do is really here, but it's coming up against a little bit of a barrier there. So we want to do, but we really can't at the moment. People want to travel, but they can't. People want to, you know, grow their business, but it's difficult. Or people want to receive support financially from the institutions that promised them that they would be there, and they haven't. So, you know, these are things that are really challenging in that aspect. And the masculine is also all about compartmentalization. Masculines are very linear, logical. They like to have things very organized and controlled. So, you know, things are kind of chaotic right now, and this is contributing to some of that chaotic energy that people are experiencing and people are tuning into with this full moon. So what is the overall message? That Three of Cups energy keeps coming out. I saw it once when I was shuffling. I think it was on the bottom of the deck, and now it's here popping out. So that Three of Cups energy is celebration, reunions, it's getting together with people, it's socializing. Yeah, so my eyes are being drawn to the pumpkins here. So, I mean, we're in September right now. We're approaching sort of that autumnal season in the Northern Hemisphere. And this is, you know, usually a really good time to get out and go to dinners and to connect with people and to, you know, celebrate things like Thanksgiving and whatnot later on. But I feel like, again, there's resistance. There's just so much resistance in this reading. It's really difficult to get past it. Okay, well, we've got another positive cups card. So the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Now these are both about, you know, joyous occasions, sharing with people, being emotionally fulfilled, celebrating something. So maybe there's an opportunity that's coming up from this to be able to actually have some fun, to let go of some of the worry and the stress of not being able to do things. Maybe the restrictions are lightening. Maybe there's opportunities for travel. Maybe there's just, you know, getting together with one or two people that you haven't seen in a long time. That can be really beneficial. The only sort of caveat to that is, you know, maybe watch your drinking. These two cards are both, you know, they're about being in the cups. So that can be an aspect of self-illusion as well, you know, like resisting the conscious or unconscious aspects by kind of drowning them with that alcohol as like self-medication and that kind of thing. Again, not going to apply to everybody. Just figured I'd throw that out there too. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's, again, like I said, there's that wanting to move forward. Now, this can be a message or a small amount of money that's coming in, you know, nothing huge or fantastic, not like winning the lottery, but it's something, right? And it's better than nothing, especially with that Five of Pentacles energy that was there, that worry and that stress over not having enough. And maybe a little bit of resistance to receiving help or support from other people financially. Or health-wise, you know, it could be either way. But the Page of Pentacles here, it's a good indication that, you know, when we focus on bringing the darkness to light, when we focus on some of these unconscious things that are going on, when we allow ourselves the time and the space to be able to do that with that Hangman energy as well, you know, just hang in there. It's like that cat. It's like, hang in there, baby. And when we allow these things to come to light, do the shadow work, you know, it's difficult, but it's worth it, because we end up being able to understand ourselves a little bit better and make new choices. That Page of Pentacles, he's still young, he's still learning his trade, he still doesn't 100% understand himself or his place in the world, but he's figuring it out. And he's moving forward. And that is a good indication that there's going to be positive forward movement after this full moon or during this full moon, depending on where you're at. Especially with all of these really positive cup cards here, right? So this is an opportunity to clear out some of that emotional stuff that's been building up for a while, especially in regard to finances, career, motivation, passion, creation, stuff like that. So this is really an opportunity. It's a weird sort of opportunity in disguise, as most opportunities in disguise are, kind of uncomfortable, but it's going to be beneficial in the long run. Okay, so last two cards, we have, two queens here coming to sort of balance some of that masculine energy. So we've got the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So these are the water and mental realms as well. Now the two heads of the water kingdom, King and Queen of Cups, are here. So these are counterparts, these are partners, you know, they work really well together. They are, you know, side by side ruling the kingdom of water, which is the emotional realm. So this can be personally about using the feminine and masculine aspects within yourself to create balance, you know, being receptive, but at the same time being action-oriented, being intuitive, and also being logical. You know, it's really using those two things and moving forward with the balance that comes from that. The Queen of Swords here is communication, awareness, clarity. Again, she's very receptive to new thoughts, new awarenesses, and transformation of the self through awareness. So the real key to this full moon, what I'm picking up on, is about looking at some of the mental patterns or beliefs around money or motivation that have created some self-sabotaging behaviors or patterns or results, or areas of your life that are in lack. Anything can be in lack, right? The energy of lack is really our belief of lack. When we believe of the opportunity for lack, we often make choices that reflect that. So when we believe, you know, oh, I have to really hold on to things for fear of losing them, oftentimes we're faced with loss. When we fear not having enough money, we really hold on to it really tightly, or we're really frugal with our money. We don't like to share or give away. Maybe we don't like to receive either. This can be, you know, these are all choices made from lack. These are all beliefs around lack, and so we don't really welcome the energy of abundance in. You know, it's kind of one or the other. And if you're making choices from lack or from a belief of lack, then there's going to be a continuation of that energy. So these two queens together, they're heading off. Again, this is sort of that head-butting energy, that confrontation. The two queens are facing each other head to head. So it's kind of like the mind versus the emotions, mind versus heart. And really, in reality, these two things can work really well together, and that's the ultimate goal here, is to get them to work together, which we are all in control of. But there's resistance, right? So the head is going to resist the emotions might resist logic, and that can, you know, create this really kind of chaotic push and pull, which is what I feel this full moon is kind of bringing to the surface or bringing to a head, because it needs to be addressed. That's what that Tower energy is all about too. You know, it's bringing things up to be addressed, sometimes in a way that's uncomfortable or sudden or unexpected. But ultimately, it's for a purpose. It's bringing these things up so that we don't carry them forward and continue to make the same choices and get the same results. We really benefit from change as beings. You know, change is an opportunity for us to exert our free will. It's an opportunity for us to explore our potential for creativity and choice. So use that opportunity to your greatest benefit by embracing the emotional ability to create for yourself. Start with the emotions first, because that will trickle out eventually into the physical reality of what you're manifesting, especially financially. So I know it can be really challenging to, you know, get yourself to feel abundant when you've got like $3 in the bank account, right? I don't know about you, but I've been there, and it's really, really hard. So first, instead of starting with, you know, trying to force yourself to feel abundant, it's start making choices that say you are abundant. So for example, you've got $3 in the bank account, you walk by somebody on the street and they need 25 cents for like a shopping cart at the store. You know, that's like a, you know, I'm not good at math, but that's like a big chunk of the $3 that you have at that, you know, to your name. A choice from lack would be, I'm not, you know, I need that, I need to hold on to it. A choice from abundance might be, here, you know, have my 25 cents. And they'll pay it forward. And you'll receive that back some way, shape, or form, because you've just made a choice from abundance. And when you make a choice from abundance, eventually it comes back. And it comes back threefold, more often than not. So, you know, that's just the power of three. Things get amplified with our energy when we send them out into the ethers. So make a choice from abundance, even if you don't feel abundant at that moment, and you're making a statement to yourself. You're making a statement of action, which is the greatest karmic changer of all. Awareness is part of that, right? Because without awareness, we can't create new action and new change. But action is really the catalyst and the change factor. Like, that's what we really need to do, is to create new actions, which is physical action. You know, it's not thinking about something, it's actually doing it. So again, that's sort of that masculine energy and that fire in the belly to want to go do something. But again, there's that resistance there. So just ride this wave. You know, we're gonna get through this. Well, we're gonna get through it all. We always do. We're very resilient, and we're infinite beings living a temporary physical experience. So we get to explore all of the different intricacies that come with that, and that's a beautiful process. All right, guys, so happy full moon in Pisces, and I hope everybody's doing well. It's great to be back. Thank you all for your patience as I've been away and working on myself. I really appreciate that. And I also thank you all for the support that you've provided here, you know, with the community, with the support of my channel, my work, all of that good stuff. And thank you to all of the individuals who I've worked with on a personal basis, whether it's through tarot readings or Reiki sessions or Akashic Record soul realignment sessions. You know, it's all beautiful, and it's an honor for me to work with you. So thank you. I love you guys, and we will see you next time. Bye.